Hello, this is just a short video that will hopefully explain some of caloric and pangen. I went into PF, I did a re-clear, so I just thought I would record some clips. The two disclaimers I have for you is that these aren't all of the possible combinations for these mechanics, of course, and the second disclaimer is that this is all from Healer 2's perspective, or in our statics, Jackie's perspective. Otherwise, I hope that you find this video helpful in some way, shape, or form. I just thought I'd do it since I had the clips. Anyways, enjoy! This version of caloric, I'm going to have fire in the middle, and my safe spot is going to be east. There are other variations of this mechanic, of course. I'm just showing you the clips that I got. The damage goes out, I get the fire debuff. I look A, there's somebody already there. I look B, that's my spot. There's nobody there with a pillar. I wait. Damage goes out. Since I'm already at B, I'm just going to stay here. Once again, damage goes out. I don't move until the debuff falls off, and we're good to go. So what we're about to see here is caloric 1, fire, north. So I'm starting in the middle, and I'll have fire, and I'll be going north. Debuffs go out, I have fire, I check all the things, the first safe spot is at A, I head north. Since the only other safe spot is D, I go counterclockwise movement. I wait until the debuff falls off, and now I'm free to move. For this caloric, I am going to get the pillar. I move to D, which is the spot that you go for support when you have pillar. Debuffs go out. I have the wind debuff, which means I have nothing over my head. Debuffs go out. I spread away because I have wind all the way to mid 1. Final hit. The mechanic has resolved. I wait for my debuffs to fall off. We're good to move. For this clip, my co-healer is going to get the pillar over their head. My co-healer is in the corner over there. They go to D. I go mid at C. The debuffs come out. Damage is taken. I stay here. I have the fire debuff, which means my next movement is either going to be to D or B. Most likely D, but maybe B. Since B and D are both safe, you move in a clockwise rotation. Here I am at D. Wait. Wait for the debuffs to fall off. Mechanic is resolved. You are free to move. We start this pangenesis with me getting none, which means I have no other debuffs but just one. I go forward. I look left. I look right. There's somebody on my right, which means I go left. I start in the first tower. 2 people need to soak each tower, so I wait. We soak one tower. I go north. I soak the next tower. My debuff has changed, so I go on a diagonal. If my debuff had not changed, I would have continued straight on the path. Now that the mechanic has resolved, zeros still have a job. They need to collect all the tethers and take all the balls. So you take all the tethers, you bring it over there, and boom, mechanic resolved, you run back to the party. The next version of this mechanic is Pangen Short 2. So I have 2 debuffs and I have a short timer on my debuff bar. My timer is white, so I go for the black tower over there. I soak the first one. I soak the second one. My debuff has not changed, so I continue straight forward, and I soak my third tower. Now the mechanic is over for me, so I show going back to the safe spot, which is just at the edge of this arena, max melee for melees, of course, and pull back as far as you can if you're not, because these are big AoEs, and the mechanic has resolved. The next clip is long too, so I get the same 2 debuffs, but this time my timer is long. My timer is the long dark timer, which means I'm going to be looking for the light tower. The light tower is over there. I wait. I do not soak the first tower. I soak the second tower. If my debuff changes, I'll go at diagonal. If it doesn't, I go straight. My debuff did not change. I go straight. I soak my tower, and I return to the safe spot where the rest of the party will be. And with the AoEs going off, the mechanic has resolved. Boom. The final version of the mechanic I'll be showing is when you have 1 and no timer. So not 2 debuffs, 1, or the 1 number on the debuff, and no timer. I look left, I look right, I see somebody to my right, I go left. Here, once again, I wait, I do not take the first tower, I'm going to take the second tower. My partner comes and joins me. We soak this tower. Again, if my debuff color changes, I move. If it doesn't, I go forward. It did not change, so I go forward, not diagonal. And once again, the mechanic has resolved for me. I walk back to the back of the arena in the safe spot and wait for the big AoEs to go off.